A split ruling on evidence. Gianna Gelosi, Fox News. Jurors at Luigi Mangione's murder trial will get to see the 3D printed pistol and alleged manifesto. Inside his backpack, a judge ruled today, handing prosecutors a key legal win. Fox's Eric Sean.
What the jury will not learn about, the bullet magazine full of bullets that Officer Christy Wasser found wrapped in wet underwear, because that was found in the backpack at McDonald's. The backpack was 9 feet away at another table, placed there by a police officer. Therefore, Judge Carroll found that was not in the control of Mangione, and that was an illegal search because there was no search warrant at that time for that backpack. The cell phone that he had, his passport, his wallet, and a computer chip that police officer Wasser found at the McDonald's. The red diary will be allowed in, and the weapon will be allowed in.
3 teenagers are in custody accused of committing at least 10 shootings in Austin, Texas over the weekend that left 4 people injured, including 1 critically. Austin Police Chief Lisa Davis says police were responding to a call for the first shooting when they learned of the second incident.
A man walking his dog was struck in the back with gunfire. So that's when, and then that description of that car came up. And so at that point, it's pulling it all back together of all these things and the randomness of it. Is all of this, related?
Now, a 15 and a 17-year-old were arrested after being pulled over in a stolen car during a traffic stop. Meantime, a strike on the Long Island Railroad, America's busiest passenger rail service, upended the commutes of more than 250,000 riders today who rely on the service to get to work in the city. The 5 striking unions are seeking higher wages and better health care. Some people are driving into work and dealing with traffic. Others are taking shuttle buses from Long Island into the city. President Trump issuing a strong warning to Iran about the lack of a peace deal. Fox's Trey Ings reporting from Tel Aviv.
While the region waits to see if the war will resume in the days ahead, diplomatic efforts are playing out. Reports indicate Iran has submitted a revised proposal to Pakistani mediators aimed at addressing some of the gaps in their previous response that President Trump called a piece of garbage. This comes as the economic situation in Iran is getting worse each day due to the ongoing U.S. blockade of Iranian ports. CENTCOM says more than 80 commercial vessels have been redirected and 4 were disabled to enforce the blockade. A senior Israeli official told Fox News that early signs are developing of a fuel crisis with long lines at gas stations being observed. It's getting exponentially worse, the official added.
Meanwhile, in the U.S., the average price of gas remains over $4.50 a gallon. The president is planning to continue discussing military options with members of his team. Meantime, federal authorities arresting an Iraqi national and charging him with planning terror attacks against Jewish institutions. Fox's Douglas Ader reports.
A man who the Justice Department says was involved in nearly 20 attacks and attempted attacks in Europe and the United States is now in U.S. custody. 32-year-old Mohammed al-Saadi is facing 6 counts of terrorism-related charges, and prosecutors say he was plotting attacks on Jewish targets in Arizona, Los Angeles, and New York, and that he worked with groups that were affiliated with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani posted this on X last week. "I'm grateful to our NYPD and federal law enforcement partners for disrupting an alleged plot involving a senior member of Kataib Hezbollah."
And that is Fox's Douglas Ader reporting. Now, the FBI director, Kash Patel, is calling the arrest the latest success in the administration's effort to bring terror suspects to justice. I'm Gianna Gelosi. This is Fox News.